We're out here looking into Metalumen. We've sort of narrowed down the industry. It's luxury lighting.
So we did good research, and we're just going to narrow this down to a problem and some questions we have for a phone call tomorrow.
It sounds like there could be some potential problems, but we want to make this as generative and open as possible. We don't want to narrow down our thinking and go into this conversation trying to lead it in one way when it could totally go the other way.
We just talked to Martin Stalker.
Okay.
Had a great call with him. Got a lot of information, and we learned more about kind of just like the pain points of the company, and so we're feeling good about kind of addressing and going after the problem statement again today.
I feel like yesterday we didn't have like anything to look at, and we had no idea what the problem was, but now we have like 5 or 6 things we could jump into.
So after thinking about it yesterday, I realized that the lighting industry is actually a lot cooler than we originally thought. Beginning, I was just thinking about light bulbs, and it was really boring, but it's crazy how tech and data is changing and disrupting this industry.
Honestly, I think it's really interesting, the investment is being made in the partnerships between some of these companies, and that in 10 years, what lights will be able to do.
So me and Alyssa got back on the phone, started doing some cold calling, got our feet on the ground, talking to customers, and got some good insights to Metalumen's customers who they sell to. Really added a lot of color to the project, and we really found out that like this lighting industry thing is a massive opportunity. Like the industry is gonna like 5x in the next few years, and I think everybody's just getting more excited about where the product's going now.
Tell us what a design sprint is.
Design sprint is actually like what we've been going through like this entire week, and it's just like starting off with the problem, investigating that, and then the next thing you do from there is like map all of that out and get all the pain points on the board, get all of the users on the board, and then from there, like what they want us to do today is like diverge, get into like far out solutions as much as possible, and then I guess what we'll do tomorrow is converge, decide on one solution, and then map that out and prototype it, and then at the end of it you like get like a viable solution pretty cheaply and have a lot of fun along the way.
Cool.
What he said is,
There's a lot of brainstorming. My brain hurts right now. We have 7 solutions right now, and they all just got sent in to the judges, so we'll see how it goes.
We decided to take a look at our 7 different solutions that we came up with last night and take some votes, and we landed on 3 main ones, and we ran those through a bunch of decision criteria that we established over here to try and decide which one we would pursue in anticipation for our call with Martin, which is at 11. And we're very much looking forward to the insight that he can provide, because we're kind of at a standstill right now.
We just got off the call with Martin, and it went like extremely well. But a lot of the things we discussed, like we got the answers on, and I think everybody's like got high energy now. We're really excited to move on.
Matt.
It was really great. I think a lot of the things that we were thinking about before and contemplating whether it was right, it was affirmed by him very much. And I think he was also very open to the idea of IoT implementation. I think that was a worry of ours, like would he be apprehensive to it? But he was all in, ready to be innovative, ready to take the company to that next curve, and so that really excited us, and we're really excited to kind of build a prototype that matches what he wants.
We are building our prototype. Eventually this will be a Zara floor plan.
I'm building an iPad, and so this is going to go with the floor plan. It's going to showcase our app.
We are planning the app. We're doing it in the conceptual stage.
We have just sort of like a journey map here, like really basic flow, and I'll walk you through a little bit of it, and then ask you a couple questions that maybe we'll get some insights out of that.
Question, just to clarify.
Yeah, please ask questions along the way.
What you're trying to do is, the company itself develops light fixtures.
Yes.
So you aren't as concerned with like the functionality of like lighting as you are how can you use the fixture for other purposes like data collection about where everyone is in the store. Okay.
Well, I had an interesting interaction with you guys, walking me through what your ideas are in terms of how this intelligent lighting can be used. I think there's lots of possibilities.
It's a floor plan of Zara, because it was the first case we did, so everything comes full circle. And it's supposed to simulate the IoT lights and how they're going to track data for us.
So here's our new app, Metalumen Plus. The user would log in, and they'd come to our user interface, which has a number of applications that our IoT lighting can provide for them. Today we're going to specifically go through the heat map. So the heat map essentially shows you where people in the store are, and this is done by the IoT lighting system that's actually in the store. So we see the customers, who will be represented in black, and then the employees, which will be represented in red. And this information will allow Zara's associates and managers to make more informed decisions about the retail location. So this is the first example of what they can do with this heat map. The heat map will show you potential sale locations would be best. This could be dependent on whether there's low traffic in those areas, for example, or perhaps there's lots of traffic and we want to increase sales in that area. The second function is to show the most typical traveled path that a customer goes through, and we can even identify the most typical traveled paths that end with a checkout lane. What this means is Zara can optimize for which paths they should direct customers to that would provide the most revenue for them. And lastly, this shows Zara where there's clumps of customers that are being unattended to. This is really important because we want as Zara to provide the best customer experience possible to our consumers. And so this IoT lighting can let Zara know where there's a lack of staff for specific consumers, which can help improve customer experience. So we hope you enjoy our prototype.